Hi there, my name is Sarah Nadal and I serve as Shell Point's Communications Manager and Editor of Shell Point Life magazine. I'm here today to tell you about just a few of the events, programs, and stories you'll find in the January issue of Shell Point Life magazine. Before we get started, let me just mention that the January issue of Shell Point Life is a bit of a milestone. It's actually the publication's 150th issue. It's incredible how much the magazine has grown and expanded since its first edition flew off the presses in August 2006, a reflection of the positive growth and development experienced by the Shell Point community as a whole. And now, as we enter 2019, here's to a wonderful new year that brings many opportunities, experiences, and memories for all. Looking for a great place to start? The week of January 21st will be an exciting time as the Resident Life team kicks off the new year by hosting the 2019 Shell Point Games. This week of events, along with a week of preliminary competitions, will let Shell Point Court buildings compete in a variety of tournaments and fun events from tennis and croquet to mahjong and billiards and samba and golf and swimming and bowling. So what are you waiting for? Turn to page 5 for the detailed schedule of events, as well as information about the opening and closing ceremonies that you won't want to miss. Also beginning in January is the 2019 Medical Breakthroughs and Discovery Series, presented by the Legacy Foundation in conjunction with the Wellness Connection. This community healthcare speaker series offers 4 presentations that feature highly qualified, prominent experts from the Mayo Clinic, Massachusetts General Hospital, and more. Find the complete lineup of healthcare presentations on page 3, while a more detailed synopsis of the 2 January presentations is located on page 21. Another big event in January that you won't want to miss is the Waterside Open House on January 10th. Residents are invited to tour Connected Living, the renovated Springs building and its recreation wing, and the new apartment wing expansion, as well as the newly completed Welcome Center. You'll admire beautifully decorated interiors, meet Shell Point staff in each location, and enjoy light refreshments and entertainment. Transportation to the event will be provided, and you can find that schedule on page 23. Speaking of completed renovations, the Crystal welcomed residents back last month after a summer construction project that saw its interiors completely transformed. The upgrades to this popular dining spot are chronicled on pages 36 and 37, from carefully positioned seating arrangements to high-tech buffet stations, not to mention the beautiful artwork and design finishes. When it comes to building design, there's a Shell Point resident whose career experience towers above many: internationally recognized structural engineer Hal Iyengar. Hal played a key role in the structural design of the Sears Tower, the Exchange House in London, the renowned Guggenheim Bilbao, and much more. His incredible story begins on page 8. If you are feeling inspired and ready to tackle the new year, you may want to consider taking a course from the Academy of Lifelong Learning. Their spring semester just launched, and you'll find the listing on page 16. And of course, there is a full slate of activities, programs, and trips that take place in January, planned by the Resident Life team. You'll find places to go, things to do, and people to meet in the Life Quest Happening section that begins on page 26. If you'd rather reflect on the past year, then perhaps you'd like to walk through the decades with Shell Point. This popular event, which is recounted on page 38, featured a timeline display of Shell Point's 50-year history, a classic car show, an old-fashioned soda fountain, and more. Later that same week, Shell Point President Martin Chappell welcomed John Stumbo, President of the CMA, for a special presentation that's summarized on page 42. Photos from many more events that took place last year can also be found in the January issue, such as the tree lighting ceremony on page 48, the gift shop extravaganza on page 49, and the well-received drive-in movie hosted on the golf course driving range. In fact, you'll have another opportunity to enjoy a drive-in movie in February, but more on that next month. Also, if you love history, you'll want to read about the adventurous Thanksgiving cruise on page 24 and 25, which transported residents to the land of the Maya to explore archaeological remnants of this early civilization. Finally, if you have story ideas or suggestions, don't hesitate to contact the editor by calling 239-454-2055. As always, thank you for tuning into SBTV, and we'll see you next month on Between These Pages.